Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today, this is the second video about Sqe2 exemption. In our last video, we discussed about all the procedures and steps to apply for exemption application and all the relevant documents or evidences you can provide for Sqe2 exemption. From start to end, I try to explain you which the steps you need to follow for the exemption. And today we will discuss about application form. This is Nabil Ahmed Chaudhry, registered foreign lawyer. Topic of the day is exemption application form for Sqe2 only. So this form, which you can see on the screen, this form is used for Sqe2 and for Sqe1 as well. But we need to check that with the relevant portion or which a relevant section we need to fill for Sqe2 only, and we just fill the pages or sections only. This is about a 61 pages form, but we will just fill about 7 to 8 maximum pages to get exemption from Sqe2. So without wasting our time, let's go to the form. And this is a first section, and it's a personal details. It's your name, title, first name, middle name, a last name, and then date of birth, SRA number. SRA number, you can see your SRA number when you create your account on an SRA website. So SRA will provide you an SRA number on your account. So telephone number, mobile number, and email address. Please make sure that put all the details which is active and in your use. If and any time SRA need to contact you or your caseworker need to contact you, so they can contact you straight away. So the section 2 is about the jurisdiction contact details. So first is about you, and the second section, section 2, is about the institution or about the council or jurisdiction where you registered as an advocate. It could be a bar council, it could be any institution, bar association or whatever, where you registered. The authority who issued you license, the license will be the jurisdiction contact details in contact details. Okay, so name of law society or bar. So if you registered under any bar council which issues you a certificate of practice or a license of practice, so you need to add down here the name of your bar council or bar society. Here, what is your professional title? It could be advocate, lawyer, solicitor, whatever the title you got from your society, you need to write it down here. Then address of your society or bar council, their contact name or the relevant person who reply or who perform the duties on behalf of your bar council to verify about your details, to any verification who comes about you or about any member. So you need to write down, and it could be a clerk or any designation holder. It could be a secretary, president, or any person who is at the moment who is office holder in bar society or bar council. Telephone number, email address, date of qualification, and registration number. So this is all the details about your jurisdiction contact details, means your bar society or bar council where you registered as a lawyer or advocate. So from the most of the case, if you just see about Pakistan and Indian or Bangladesh, they have a bar council which issue the license to them. It could be the name of any province, or it could be name of a country, and you need to check on your license what the exact name mentioned on your license or certificate. Okay, so which of the following practicing right does your qualification give you? So these all the qualification are right to practice you have. You need to click on if you got criminal litigation including advising clients at the police station, so you will click here. And if you got right to civil litigation, here, property practice, and wills and instancity, probate, administration and practice, and business organization rules and procedures. So if you go all these right to practice in your country or in your jurisdiction, so you will click on yes. And if you don't have a right to practice in these areas, so you will click on here in the no box. So then section 3, this is about your ethics of the profession. Basically the ethics of the profession is about uh, wherever you're working as a lawyer or advocate, the SRA need to check that is there any ethics and value which is according to international standard are following by the country. That could be about independency, or without any undue influence, or without any involvement of any authority or any person. You are working there as independent lawyer or legal practitioner. So upholding the proper administration of justice and the constitutional principle of your jurisdiction are the rule of law. So if all these things are followed by your country, so you will click here in yes. Upholding public trust and confidence in your profession and in the legal service provided by the lawyer in the jurisdiction. This means while if the public are having a trust on you or on the legal profession or on the legal system of the country, so you will click here in the box yes. Then acting with independency. So if you have any and you are working without any undue influence, or you don't have any restriction in your field, so you will click here. You are working independently, acting with the honesty and integrity. So we will click here. And these all the same with interest of the client. You're working in the interest of client. Obviously a lawyer always work for the interest of client and for the betterment and the best interest of client. So these all three sections are completed. So we will moving to the next section, and that is a section 4, which exemption you are applying for. So you can apply for two different type of exemption. The first is agreed exemption, and the second is individual exemption. In the agreed exemption, the person can apply only if your country or your jurisdictional name in the list of SRA website in agreed exemption list. So then you can apply for agreed exemption. For the agreed exemption, you don't need to demonstrate or you don't need to provide any evidences as a lawyer or as a solicitor. You just need to provide your membership or your enrollment certificate, and SRA will give you exemption straight away. Or for individual exemption, you need to provide maximum evidences as you can to qualify or you prove yourself as a lawyer or as an advocate in your jurisdiction. Then you can get exemption from Sqe2. So we are not applying for agreed exemption today, so we leave this blank. So the next is professional experience and employment. So in this box, you need to provide about detail about your law firm where you're working before coming to UK. You need to write down the organization name, means your law firm name here, SRA number, because it's outside of the UK, so there is no SRA number, so you can leave it blank. Address, address of your law firm, and experience, work experience, period of work experience. So you need to write down number of years and number of months which you've been working with this law firm. You need to write down here. So please keep in mind, you need minimum 2 years experience for applying for a Sqe2 exemption. Job title, job title will be your job or whatever title which is given to you from your law firm, or in mostly cases you are advocate in your law firm, or you are lawyer, or you are paralegal, or whatever experience you got or whatever title so you got, you need to write down here. Name of supervisor, the name of supervisor, the person who will give you reference letter for your exemption. That person will be your supervisor and or head of your law firm, CEO of your law firm, director, or whatever the title he got. His name will be mentioned here. Legal qualification, you need to write down the legal qualification. He's a law graduate. He got some more degree in the legal field as well, so need to write down here. And also need to write down the title of advocacy, could be an advocate of high court or advocate of supreme court, you need to write down here. So that will be the qualification of your supervisor. So next is, please tell us which exemption you are applying for. So we are applying for Sqe2 exemption. So we will click here and we will leave all three boxes blank as it is. Sqe2 exemption, please go to the section 7 and 8. We will leave all the rest of the form blank as it is, and we will go a section 7 straight away without wasting the time, and we will go all the way down, and that will be comes up if you go further down, and we are not so far now. Section 7, and I think so we are there. Yes. So practical legal skill assessment for Sqe2. Please complete either section 7 or section 8. So section 7, qualified lawyer with the following practicing right and 2 years experience. So section 7 is a bit technical. So this is about your experience. Either you got your experience during your qualification or you got your work experience. This is about your work experience. So you got your work experience after your qualification. So when you become a qualified lawyer or advocate, so then you start working or you gain your experience. So there's a two different scenario. So if you got your work experience uh, part of your qualification or during your qualification, you will click on section 7A, and after that you will provide the further details all the way down in the form. There is some more specific columns or sections you need to fill it more. The second is 7B, post qualification experience. That is a maximum time people do. They do their work experience after their qualifications. So my work, 2 years work experience was completed post qualification. So then the day you completed your qualification, and after that you start your qualification or your work experience, and you completed your 2 years or more than that, whatever the years you work with the law firm, you need to write down here. So you will click here if you got 2 years experience after your qualification. So then in this box, the name and contact details of your referee confirming this experience are. So you need to write down the name, contact number and email address in this box, and all three details was provided about the person who is giving you reference letter: his name and his contact number, email ID. So please make sure give the details, all the details which is active and in use of that particular person. So then if in case SRA contact to the person, then he can reply as soon as possible. Then it is not an issue, it is not an unusual delay in your Sqe2 exemption. So this is all for the all candidates who is applying for Sqe2 exemption, and they got their work experience after their qualification, and they got more than 2 years experience or minimum 2 years experience after the qualification. So this is all. 7B is the last step for you. You don't need to fill any further part of your form, and you can attach this form with your further evidences, and you can upload all the documents and evidences on your SRA website. But if you got some experience during your qualification and some of your experience after your qualification, and then you need to go in 7A, and if you click on the 7A, so then you will need to fill all these sections as well till the end of the form. But if you got your experience after your qualification, then you don't need to fill that, and you will go with the 7B, and that's it for you. You don't need to fill anything further, and you will attach this form on SRA website, upload it with the rest of the evidences, including your reference letter, your degree, certificates, transcripts of LLB, LLM, whatever you got. And the next is your good standing certificate. Please make sure that your all good standing certificate and your reference letter especially now it shouldn't be older than 3 months, so it should be in date. If they are older than 3 months, so the caseworker will comes to you and ask for a new in date the reference letter or your good standing certificate. So make sure that when you're applying for to please make sure check your dates when you got your certificate and your reference letter. So this is all for today, and hopefully this video will help you out to fill your application form for exemption of SQe2. So this is Nabil Ahmed Chaudhry signing out.